Hello, everybody. My name is Silentwisher, and this is AOU Podcast number 3, I think. And today we're joined with Linko, Nick, and
Hello.
iShoot.
Hi. Hi.
iShoot, you alive?
Yes, I am.
Is he alive?
Okay. Guess you're not going to say hello. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, fine. Hello. I just had my mic muted. I had some background
Well.
noise. Well
Okay.
then.
Well.
So we're going to be going over all kinds of different topics today, but it's going to be kind of loose in the sense that if we get off topic on something actually interesting, then we'll stay on that topic. If not, we will switch back. So that's the plan. Yeah. Oh, and then we also turn on a Q&A thing. Supposedly you can ask us questions. No idea how that works, but if you want to try to leave it in the comments or something, then you can go ahead and do that too. Apparently my channel doesn't say I'm broadcasting right now, which is interesting. Does anybody see on YouTube anywhere? Make sure it's actually broadcasting.
Maybe I should check.
I'm limited down to one screen, so I can't even see.
I'm looking.
I'm checking too. I have 2 screens.
I have 2 screens, but Gary's one's a little bitch.
Well.
It says it's live right now. If you go to your if you actually go to your thing, then it says live. Who is knocking me off?
I bet if I go to
Andre?
social it says, nope, you would think.
Oh, there it is.
This
I
can't be a
you guys
PG
public.
podcast, BTW, because
It's not. It's not.
We're talking
With
about
that being
GTA.
said,
Or
with that being said, don't go over the top. Just don't go over the top. That's all. Okay. So I gotta get used to seeing 2 of me moving at once because that's gonna be weird. But all right. So we're gonna start with something a little less serious and a little more whatever. Let's talk about GTA 5.
okay, who actually has it? First of all,
Yeah, that'd be good.
I know I have it.
I
Does
don't
Linko
yet.
have it?
I'm trying to
Don't
buy
have it yet?
Pro.
All right, so this might be an interesting topic because it might just be me talking about it.
Claudio has GTA 5.
you
Not
will be the only one
necessarily.
talking about it.
So
No.
hey, how's GTA 5, Nick?
Well, so far it's been really fun. I do like the fact that you can switch between characters.
Yeah.
I haven't been playing it too much because apartment setting, neighbors, yeah. So, of what I have been playing, so far my favorite character is probably Michael, just because his, the fact, I don't know, it just his life story is, I like it more. Franklin would be my second, and then Trevor's my third.
From what I've watched a lot of the gameplay just because I like the online stuff.
Yeah,
and
I haven't played online yet, so I mean, I'm interested in seeing that.
It looks fun. People
It
are
does look
total
fun from what I've seen.
bastards. Like everyone who plays that game is completely disturbing, but that's what GTA is about, right?
Yeah, kind of. By far.
I mean, we've all played a GTA before, at least, right?
Well, yeah, we played GTA 4, at least, I know us 3. I don't know about Nick, if he's played it yet. I know he has it.
Yeah, I've played GTA 4.
Alright,
So I mean,
Well-
what's the difference between that? I mean, it's scope-wise.
like I said, 3 characters. The weapon switching system I like a lot better. It's, it pauses time, or not pauses, but slows down time dramatically while you can switch to various weapons. You're not limited to one type of weapon, like you can't just carry an AK. You can carry like an AK and a M4 or M16 or whatever. Like you can carry the different types of weapons and switch between them as you need.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just saw that it was just really big. The graphics were improved, obviously, which is crazy since it's on the same gen. and
Yeah, if I can
my-
find this video again, I don't know if Link or Mega can play it through podcast, but it just shows these tiny details of GTA, and like the amount of details that they went into it, it's just crazy. Like there's the the separators, the pylon things. I don't remember what they're called, but they will pop up and down as you run them over them. Some of them will break. The car physics, driving feels a lot better, especially with Franklin's special ability. I mean, his special ability makes it where you have slower.
Yeah.
Your reaction time is basically going through it, so time slows down. You're able to maneuver stuff a lot better, and also you get a speed boost, which I really enjoy. That and you accelerate faster, decelerate faster. Turning's improved, so I mean, just his special ability is amazing. What else? There are lots of animals that I've seen so far.
Yeah,
Like last night I was playing and one of the AI, they just randomly hit a deer, and then the deer hit my car, which was interesting to say the least. I didn't expect it. I was just driving down, and then all of a sudden I see something flying out my windshield, and that's what it was.
the fact that you're actually running into wildlife.
Yeah. I haven't seen this yet, but supposedly they took out the turning signal out of AI, which that's going to be slightly annoying.
Whatever, you're in LA. No one uses them anyway.
Yeah.
Or just any big city. I don't know.
No comment on that. Okay, so have you experimented with GTA Online at all?
I said that earlier. No, I have not.
Wasn't listening.
From what I hear, it's impossible to get onto anyways. But maybe
No,
they
I've heard that's improved a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just with any game launch, usually, that includes online part of massive sorts.
Well, the reason I ask is because, well, one, are you going to get it when it comes to PC for starters? And then two,
Yes.
Okay, that's what I figured. I think most of us have the same opinion on that. And then two, hopefully the PC version doesn't have the issue that the online does now. And then, because can't you, like, pretty much do anything, like, make up your own maps and races and basically do whatever you want, right? Something like that?
I mean,
Yeah, you have a lot of free reign in that.
There's a lot of making money and things, from what I've seen.
Oh, and the new cop cars look pretty good, just saying.
They do.
Yeah, I mean, the game itself just looks awesome. I don't know, I've watched a lot of stuff, and I haven't played any of it, but I know enough about it that I want it, so...
Right. Well, yeah, of course. I watch people, I can't think of the person's name, but it was him, I think Nook maybe showed me. It was basically Quad trying to escape a jet, and the jet would shoot back.
I've been watching people attack...
I don't know if I've seen that.
I like the military bases.
Might have been Jack. Oh, that's probably who it was. Well, basically, the game mode literally was the motorcycle had to get from point A to point B, which I think was all the way across the island or something like that, while a jet.
Oh, was that Nerd Cubed? Maybe?
Probably.
No, I don't know. He did some cool stuff with GTA 5. I don't know. I watched so many people on YouTube, I can't even remember anymore. This is kind of an odd topic because none of us have played it but Nook, and he hasn't even played the online part.
Well, not really, because you can kind of relate to it from the old
I mean,
games.
yeah, well, GTA 4.
Well, and that's another thing. I hope when it comes to PC that it's not a laggy piece of crap like
Well, GTA 4 doesn't run well at all.
Yeah, with that being said, it does run okay, but not very good.
Yeah, and I mean...
Especially for lower-end systems like my own.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm trying to remember what GTA 4, the most annoying thing, at least for the single player, was like when your friends would call you and you'd be like in the middle of them doing stuff.
Oh, I know.
They're like, you want to go bowling? I'm like, no. Firefight. I just hijacked a plane or helicopter.
Oh, dude, it happened to me all the time. He's like,
Wow.
No, I mean in GTA 5.
I heard in GTA 5 that's not like a thing really anymore.
Yeah. And then another thing is, with you having the console, they had issues with launch, right? Where you weren't supposed to load the second disc or something like that because they had issues.
Like the Xbox, things like that. Just
I
loading
hope
the
that's not an issue with PC either.
Okay, wait, what was the issue?
Well,
I'm
it won't
sorry.
be an issue with PC because you probably won't be installing through a disc.
Well, yeah. Supposedly, if you load the second disc, however that works, it caused like FPS and like screen ripping and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I've only got one disc, so that might have been just an Xbox.
Yeah, it's just
thing.
an Xbox.
Oh,
PS3 installs
probably.
right to it.
Probably.
I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
At least
As far as I know,
I'm aware. Yeah.
Okay, well that makes more sense. But I was like, well, how did you not experience that? Okay. Let's see. So you guys, before you got into the broadcast here, you guys were playing like crazy on the new Gmod server that OG and AOU set up. You want to tell them about that? What you're doing?
Yeah, the Gmod server. Do you want Nick to talk? Hey, Nick.
No, you and Shooty take it over. I'm just offering the space, but that's your guys' project, so I don't want to take any credit for this.
Well, I do appreciate that, anyways,
The
because
Gmod server.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
I will say it's a lot different to set up a Gmod server nowadays than it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be a living hell to set one up, but
you got
now
it up pretty quickly. So.
yeah, I mean now with the workshop, it's pretty awesome. I mean you can just basically tell it what collection you want it to load from, and then it just loads it down.
Yep. That's the cool thing about workshop with that kind of stuff, at least. But I mean, the whole point of the server that we're running, I mean, we're trying to just do like different kind of game modes and stuff. Right now, we're running a lot of. I guess we're just sticking with Stranded for now. But give it like a week or two, and we'll switch it to something else, Prop Hunt or I don't know. We had Cinema on there, but I think that might just be an every once in a while thing, just to fuck around with.
I honestly think that Cinema just needs to be a
Cinema.
Basically, it just allows YouTube, but multiple people all watching at the same time.
It's in like a movie theater, and you can just sit down with chairs and stuff.
It's basically like that one plugin where we would play YouTube videos through.
Yes, PlayX.
Kind of, but it's
just like that, except it's a map.
And you can have multiple theaters, so you can have multiple people watching different things. You have private theaters and stuff. So if you want to get, watching some private videos, I don't know what you're so private.
Whoa.
But,
yeah, we don't want. No. We're not gonna go there.
Of course. And I mean, we'll probably just. I'm trying to think what else I had in mind. We'll probably be sandbox every once in a while. Like I said, Prop Hunt, Trouble in Terrorist Town, I think.
TT. Is that 3 T's? Trouble
in Terrorist Town. It's 3 T's.
It's Triple T.
Triple T.
And then I might program some like small game modes and stuff, like just because I know how. But we'll see. We'll see if I have the time. Yeah.
Okay, I managed to mess up the broadcast already in the sense that I had my camera selected the entire time. Now, when you talk, it should switch to you. So that's good.
That's good.
Unless we're all talking at the same time.
Yeah, and I don't know. What do you? Are you trying to put anything else on there, Nook? I don't know if you had any game modes in mind, or if I was the one just like dictating it.
I mean, I think the only thing that I added was what did I add? I don't remember right now. Oh yeah, it was Stranded that I added. But I mean, past that, I think
I wanted that on there anyways. So.
Well, I mean, I made the suggestion for it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Ow! Just stabbed myself with a pin.
I'm trying to think of. I don't know if I had anything else planned. I mean, it was pretty much the idea is we're just gonna have game modes on it. It's gonna switch on and off and stuff, and it should be fun because Gary's mod is fun. Yeah.
it's just fun.
Gary's mod is excitingly fun. The Stranded is.
You guys, I was gonna say you guys were playing Stranded before/during this show, right?
They were playing something. I don't know. They're on a different server doing some kind of
They're on a different server.
Yeah. Well, we can't. No, it's not Fort Wars.
That's not.
It's called Base Wars.
Base Wars.
Base Wars. Isn't that Fort Wars? Just.
No, it's not. It's completely different.
Oh.
I don't know enough about it to really be able to tell you, but let me think here. Basically, as far as I can tell, you basically put printers down that make you money, and then from that you buy guns to defend yourself, and then people can raid you once you have a high enough level printer. So I mean, it's basically like a I don't know what to call it really. I don't want to call it Dark RP, but
I thought it was like a Fort War, in which case I was all for it because that sounds fun. I want actual Fort Wars game mode. Like, do you remember Source Forts? Like that old Source mod? Did you ever play that? Or am I the only person who played that?
I guess you were the only one.
God, it was so. It's like it was a Source mod. It was just Fort Wars. Then I guess you bought the barricades and stuff, and you'd build your fort and you'd fight. I don't remember too much about it, but it was fun.
Right.
Does anyone remember Onslaught?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love that game, man.
Yeah, you just fought off waves of enemies, right?
Yeah, you should put that back on there.
If it's a thing still. If it's not, I mean, we could make it probably.
My hat is shedding.
Well, I don't like the what's it called? I don't like the game mode part of it. I only like the what's it called? The map one.
The map one? You don't like the game mode version?
Mm.
No, I didn't like the game mode
No,
one.
no, I agree. I only like the map one. I don't like the game mode version either. The where it's like flat, foggy dirt thing, and then right.
Well, that's the map was, yeah. I always played the game mode once, but they lagged out because it spawned so many NPCs.
Well, yeah, and by the way, the mapping for that, I decompiled it and took a look into it, and oh my god, it is a cluster F of stuff. I mean, it is just a mess.
That's why it's better to run it through a game mode because.
Well, yeah, and that's why it glitches out so often too, because the way that some of the NPCs that it spawns is programmed, they're only meant to run through a track once. And then if they try to run through it again, it just freaks out and just doesn't do it.
Yeah,
so that's why it glitches out.
They shouldn't try to spawn weird AI. I don't know. I thought it was fun. I want to play it again. I'd play some more game modes. There's some game modes I missed, like Space Build was always fun.
Oh, I missed the old Space Build. I don't like the new one though.
The new one's so much, they're so complex, and it's like I just want to play a basic game mode where there isn't like all this overcomplicated stuff.
Well, yeah, that reminds me of
I hate Wire.
Exactly.
I hate Wire.
I love Wire. I mean, I don't. It probably helps the fact that I'm computer engineering, so I mean, I actually understand what the hell's going on.
It's not that it's like super hard to use. It's just it like overcomplicates construction. I'm like, I just want to build a stupid-looking building with bragdowels all over it.
You don't have to use Wire in that sort of construction, but all right.
No, I know. I just don't really care for Wire. I think it overcomplicates the whole process. I don't know. It doesn't feel like.
I like Wire mod a lot, actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
A little bit of Gary's mod I've played. I've always liked the Wire mod quite a bit.
I mean,
I've always liked
cool,
Wire mod also.
But I don't know. I just feel like it's just so like everywhere. I don't know. It's nice. The Wire I used was cool, but some people can do some really crazy stuff with it. Yeah, I'm glad PHX is part of Gary's mod now.
I'm very glad about that because that was really annoying to have to download that every single time.
Yeah, it's a massive pack, and I mean they're like perfect props for all that stuff. So
exactly, and also I believe PHX Extended got added, if I'm not mistaken.
There's so much stuff on there now. Gary's mod's so different. Like Freda, I thought Freda was still there, and I was like, I'm gonna use Freda because no one uses that, and then that doesn't exist anymore. So yeah.
Okay, just to clarify, just in case anybody is confused, I'm Silentwisher. Linko is my favorite ginger friend over there, and then Nick is the McLeod, and then Nook is the default Google Plus doohickey.
He doesn't have a camera.
So.
No, not yet. Sorry.
Because it doesn't show names on the actual broadcast. It only shows names for us, which I like, by the way. That's neat. I think it used to show the names, but anyway.
I don't know.
So Nick, this is where I'm going to need you to pay attention.
I've been paying attention. I just haven't had much to say.
I know. So I want you, without giving away too many details, to, I guess, promote your upcoming event this month / the beginning of next month.
So is that for the Double Experience weekend?
That is correct.
Yeah, so for the Surf RPG server, we will be hosting a Double Experience weekend. So this month is going to be the time to play. It's going to be pretty fun. Yeah, so everybody join in there if you want to get your Double Experience, and it's going to be a good time.
Then you should bug them to teach you how to play Surf, otherwise they'll just like shoot you in the face and destroy you.
How to play Surf?
Yeah, you should show people who don't know how to play Surf.
Oh, yeah, I mean, me and all my admins will be in the servers all the time, so if you don't know how to surf, we're more than willing to teach you, as long as your name isn't Linko, because we don't teach him, we just shoot him.
You shoot him, I'm target practice, apparently. I get in there and I'm like, hey, how do I surf? And he's just like, shut up, Linko, shoot you in the face.
No, I told you. I'm like, no, you should spectate me, and then I'll show you the areas of the map to go to. You're like, no, it's okay, I got this. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to hunt you around with a knife.
Yeah, and you did.
And
I don't know. I started figuring out that I just didn't get that map as well.
Yeah, that map is, if you don't know how to surf it, it's kind of difficult because it's a surf style map, so it's different from a skill surf.
I know. The next map we went to after that, I was like, I played here before, and then I was like, oh wait, I suck at Surf. Forgot about
Yeah, a lot of that
So,
stuff
Nick.
happens in Surf.
Nick, where can they find your server information, and what's your website?
Server information can be found at ogclan.org. All of the current servers are listed right there on the homepage. So if anybody from the Reddit lands or wherever this is going to be posted on YouTube want to come join, just check us out at ogclan.org. Link will be provided in the description below.
Wow, good job.
Wow, he
Yeah.
sounds almost professional on that.
I know how this
Yeah.
Let's Play shit works.
Not necessarily a let's play, but yeah, I'll go with that.
how this YouTube Let's Play. Well, I'm Let's Playing because I'm playing a game, so.
Who doesn't play games? We've literally all our topics have been about games so far, and I'm assuming they're going to stay like that for the most part.
For the most part.
For the most part. So just to promote something for AOU, we have and this goes with OG. We haven't, Nick, you'll have to remind me what to come up with an award for participating in that event. I forgot about that. But AOU has an award site, so if you're part of OG and if you want to join OG and you're part of their clan, or if you're part of AOU, you are eligible for getting awards on our awards website, which is awards.aoudevcommunity.com. You can find the link on aoudevcommunity.com if you don't want to type it in. And basically what it is your own personal profile. You can earn awards and stuff, and eventually what we'll do is, if you have a certain amount of points and stuff like that from your awards, we'll do giveaways here in the near future as well. But that's that for the award site. But OG also has a Halloween costume contest going on their forum right now too. So
Really?
yeah.
I was going to do something, but I'm broke, so.
Well, I don't think they expect you to be a transformer or anything. So.
But
Nuh-uh.
what? Maybe they do.
I think they do.
Yeah, I think he expects me to buy a full Transformer suit that transforms. Actually,
Probably.
he wants me to spend a couple million on this Halloween costume.
That's how it is.
So Nick, does Allie want to say anything in regards to the Halloween contest?
Allie, we're talking about the Halloween contest, and that is your forte. Is there anything you want to add about the Halloween contest? Do you have any prizes set up or anything yet?
She is not happy right now.
She just doesn't know what to say. She's playing Farmville.
All right, well, the
Well.
information will be on OG's site. So how about that?
Yeah, all the information is on the OG site, and we will, depending on how many people do it, we have a sliding scale. The more activity we get, the higher the prizes are going to be. So,
Figured out how to do a question.
How'd you do it? Because
Okay, so you got to go to Google Plus to do it.
of course.
Of course, because no offense, but Google Plus isn't the most fun to operate.
Operate.
Yeah, I know it's not, but
Not a
I'll
soda.
just post it on the I'll post, I believe, your profile to it. I don't know. I'll probably just post your profile, and right there it says Silentwisher is asking questions live. So I mean, you can ask a question from right there. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to questions and said, figured out how to ask questions.
Yeah.
That's the only question right now. But yeah.
Okay. So let's
okay,
see.
so I can't have web addresses. That's cool.
Of course.
Oh well, no, that's YouTube.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Well,
Even if it's Google Plus, of course.
So let's talk shadow play. And I don't know a whole lot, so I'm gonna let Nick spearhead this operation.
Yeah,
oh, thanks. That's
Again.
wonderful.
he just did GTA
Okay.
5, so.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome. Okay, let's think here. Shadowplay, as far as I know, it's coming out, I believe, next Monday, if I'm correct. I'm going to check that, actually. It's the 28th. That is the Monday.
Yeah.
It is a program through NVIDIA where it will record 10 to 20 minutes of last gameplay and store it in your RAM. And then when
that's what this is, okay.
Yeah. And when you request the file, it'll pull it out in MP4 right there, and then... Any concerns?
Concerns is that it's gonna use up all my RAM.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I got all of
I
it.
want it.
How much,
And
I mean, how
MP4,
much could it
I don't
be?
think 20 minutes is gonna do too much to your RAM.
Well,
Well,
probably
okay,
fine.
that's debatable. Just from the knowledge that I know, it depends on one, the encoding that they decide that they're going to use on the hardware. Two, the resolution that.
Something.
Yeah, I don't know them by heart. I know them when I see them. But anyway, it depends on the resolution that it's recorded
1080p.
at. Assuming your game is in 1080p.
Yeah.
Unless it just records your whole screen in general, which would be fucking stupid. But yeah. Anyway, and then that just comes, and then of course the length. I mean, it only does 20 minutes, but 20 minutes at 1080p. That's probably.
I'm sure you can tell it how long to pull back.
That's about, probably a few hundred megabytes. So
I'm sure there's settings
not gonna
for it, so I'm sure
I
you
would
can
hope
plug
so.
with the settings. Otherwise, it would just be like, why am I using this? Because otherwise, you'd be like, all my footage is in 1080p, and I can't fix it, and it's eating everything. And then no one's
It's
gonna use
eating everything. Well,
It's very
it
interesting
is.
to watch this on YouTube and also in the Google Plus itself.
We'll see. With YouTube, it's about 30 seconds behind.
Yeah, I know. Because you're still counting on your fingers on my screen.
Yeah.
it.
This is Nicholas.
Oh.
He's on the phone.
Okay, well, at least he muted his mic. That's good. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
I can't tell.
Looks like he's having fun on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Shadow.
anywho.
Yeah. Shadow play.
Okay. Well, my best friend is calling now my phone too. What is the odds of this? I'm not going to show her. I can't show you anything. Never mind. I'm going to call her back. Okay.
Just call her back,
So,
please.
I don't want to start continuing the next topics until Nick's back, but in regards to the shadow play thing, I personally want it really bad, mainly because running Bandicam is not like it's hard and it doesn't use any resources compared to Fraps, but there's always a chance.
Thank you, Nick.
Whenever it's necessary.
And welcome back.
There's always that chance that you aren't recording on accident or something. And then on top of that, if your graphics card is natively just recording, it decreases the chance that you're actually going to get a corrupt file, per se. So,
And I mean,
plus, if you don't
there's
want to
always those
program all
cool
the time-
moments. There's all those cool moments
Right.
too that you
Well,
might like. I wish I was recording that, and then you're like,
Exactly.
oh wait, I
There's
was.
so many times in PlanetSide where we were like, damn, I wish we were recording, but of course we weren't. So.
And of course, you can't just leave your recording running 24/7, otherwise you'd have no computer.
Well, it would be like massive amounts. Like, what do you do? I have a separate hard drive tower just for my.
Well,
I have
you know
my
what?
own network attached storage over there. It's
Well-
about 20 gigs. No, not 20 gigs.
all video
25
footage.
gigs.
It's interesting you say that because Total Biscuit, which we're going to get to in a second, has that setup. Actually, he has extra drives specifically just for his fraps to dump onto.
Does he?
Doesn't surprise me,
records a lot, too, but does he constantly? Is he always recording? 'Cause
Oh,
that'd
yeah,
just
you
be
bet you.
annoying.
Yeah, he's got a thing between him and his editor, and I don't know how much of his stuff he actually edits, but I know he has an editor with him as well, and I'm sure he's got to have freaking Google Fiber as well because it's him. But yeah, he freaking records a shitload of stuff.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, honestly, some of those shots that, like, the big YouTubers that do Let's Plays and stuff like that, well, not Let's Plays, but, like, when they pull in the footage, then, I mean, some of that footage is, like, going to be hard to capture unless it's just situational. There's no planning on a lot of these games.
Yeah.
Like, in PlanetSide, like what you were saying, there's a lot of times we just wish that we had our recording going.
Right. I mean, these guys are
I
always
just-
recording too, so.
I just realized that my best friend that just called me is commenting right now saying, I'm watching this. So apparently she's here. So that's good. Hi.
Oh, so
Yeah,
she
I should
heard us
call
talking
you.
about her.
But
Got
she's
it.
like, come on.
Probably. So to segue into the Total Biscuit thing, recently Total Biscuit got a copyright strike on his channel / copyright claim. And the problem with that is copyright strikes, you get 3, whether it's at once or just over time, your channel is closed. No ifs, ands, or buts. Your channel will be closed, all your hard work is gone, etc., etc. So obviously, that's a big deal, getting a copyright strike, whether it's 1 or 3. Luckily, copyright strikes fall off after a couple of years, but that's, a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, if you have a good network that'll defend you, then usually that's not a problem either, and he does. But what happened was, I'm not going to mention the company's name, but an indie development company made a game, and he covered it, and he was very judgmental about it, and they took it down strictly because they didn't like his opinion, I guess, and they already gave him permission and all that, and without going into too much detail, we'll link to the video in the description, but I just want to see what your guys' feelings on that are, especially from an indie developer, to take down something just because they didn't like his opinion, and the fact that they're abusing a system that's not for them.
What drives me crazy is it was an indie developer. He works with all these AAA developers. None of them have done that, which is interesting because generally you can't trust them, at least from my knowledge. A lot of times people have trouble with them more than anybody. And then you get some random indie developer who's like, well, I can't take criticism, and they're just like, fuck you, I'm just going to take your video down because you got the most hits. Because, in the video he outlines that he looked up other videos and they were getting taken down, and not a lot of them were critical too. They weren't the nicest videos.
Down.
One of them was even basically making fun of the name, saying it was shit and stuff like that. So.
But they didn't attack that. They just hit his because it had the most hits. They typed it, Google, and we found him.
Right. It had the highest search relevancy or whatever.
Yeah,
Wasn't that also in that video that he was talking about where I don't remember what company it was, but they were getting rid of videos through that system just so their stuff would show up more.
That was that company. That was Nintendo or something like that, and they.
No, I know it's a different company.
It was Sega. Sega did it. They did it with
I just wanted to make sure that was that video.
Yeah, it was that video.
Yeah, it was that video.
It was either Nintendo or Sega. It was one of those two. I don't know.
I would say it was Sega, but still.
I'm not sure.
And that's the problem with people doing their own channels. Like, a lot of people don't like networks, and I understand because they take a cut of your profit and blah blah blah. But I'm in a network, and I don't necessarily know if they would protect me to his extent, but I know that they will to a certain degree. That's the good thing about networks. Yes, they're taking the cut, but you also have to think about it in the sense that
that's kind of what you're paying for, though, with that cut.
Yeah, they're helping not only you, they're helping you in a lot of ways. The point being is, I guess what I'm trying to portray is that the copyright system on YouTube needs to be reworked, because unless somebody has a network that's willing to defend them, somebody's extremely hard work could just go to shit because of 3 copyright strikes that happen all at the same time. And there's no debate over it. It's just instant shutdown, just gone, channel gone. So,
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it could be just 3, and those 3 could be 3 separate videos all in one day. And so basically, you could just wake up the next morning and your YouTube's gone.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Especially if you're making money off of it or something, and it's your main job, it would suck.
And there's no way you can tell your fans either that are subscribed to you.
Unless you have Twitter and stuff like that, but yeah.
Oh yeah, but your YouTube.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why we don't cover just any game anymore. We go by games that are either made by indie developers or the game developers have strictly and still to this day don't care. For example, Valve, Terraria, Castle Story, so on and so forth.
Valve really does. Valve's super cool with it. They're like, hey.
Yeah, Valve gives 0 shits.
Yeah. It's kind of nice. That's how it should be. It's free advertising, man. Why would you turn that down?
Well, and and then there's some of the AAA people. What they do is, instead of allowing everyone to do it, they allow licenses, which I'm sure costs a pretty penny.
Yeah.
And then you can monetize off of them. I don't know how that works because PlanetSide supposedly does that. I've previously asked them before. But that was before they really knew about our website either, if I could do it, and they said no. But then again, the developers are always on our website now, so maybe they'll say yes to me now. I don't know. The point being is, some of them have licenses and some of them don't.
So, do we have any PlanetSide? I know we have PlanetSide videos, don't we?
We do, but they're not monetized.
They're not monetized.
Okay. That's what I meant.
wasn't sure. I was about to say. I was like, I'm almost positive we have those.
We are just not allowed to monetize on them.
Which sucks, but whatever.
Well, I haven't tried to talk to them about it, but
at this point we can't.
Right.
Right.
But in all seriousness, I understand where they're coming from, but I also have to look at it in the sense like where Valve comes from. You know, it's free advertising for the game, and literally, unless and even if I was Total Biscuit, but even in Total Biscuit shoes, they're not going to make the same amount of money from that video as your sales for the game, unless your game fucking tanked. But
Yeah.
Other than that, just take the free promotion, and it's the same for music, but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember. Did APB care?
Yeah, well, they never stated it publicly when I looked into it, but I personally went out of my way, wrote a really professional email to them, and they told me I was good to go. They just wanted to know what my channel was, just so they could keep record or whatever. Which that's how you should do it. You should always contact the developer directly if you can.
Of course.
And that's pretty much the best way to do it.
Just to be sure you're not,
Well, yeah, and then if they know it's there, like for example, Bohemia Interactive, I think, whoever makes Arma.
Bohemia.
They made a blanketed statement on the forum where they have a PDF attached. They say fill out this PDF and submit it back to us, and then you're good to go. We won't respond to you or anything. It's strictly so we know you're there.
They just want to keep records just to make sure that it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
So that's totally fine with me too.
Yeah.
But Valve I think Valve's the way they got it figured out. Just give no shits. Just do it.
I don't know.
I like. That's perfect.
They got their ad section. Like I feel like a lot of these companies have their like ad departments running that shit. Like they got it locked down. They're like, well, that's not good for our advertisement. And they're like, we need to just make sure everyone's seeing the trailers. Right. But maybe they're so worried that their game's gonna be shitty and there's people gonna be playing them, and they'll just be honest.
And here's where I want to get your opinion, because some people, they or some developers, some of them don't like it because they figure, they'll just watch Let's Plays and then never buy our game.
But it depends on the game. Like if it's an all-story game, I could see that. But there's a lack of you're not playing the game. I don't like watching a game and playing it is two different experiences. I could watch a game that's fully story-driven and still want to play the game.
Right.
Like I've watched. I'm trying to remember some of the ones that I watched recently that were just story ones, because I watch a lot of the gameplay stuff. And
I don't want to say.
I think The Wolf Among Us. I've watched the Walking Dead ones, the Walking Dead game. It's purely story driven. Heavy Rain and those kind of games. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Those kind of games.
Yeah.
And I've watched them, and I'm like, well, it's cool. Like, I kind of watch a movie all the way through, and you kind of get to see like game played all the way. But like, you still want to play it, right? Because a game is driven by your experiences, not someone else's. It's weird.
Yeah, that's the reason I love gaming, is the fact that it's like a story, but it's like a movie. It's just driven more by your experiences, your choices go into it.
Yeah.
You actually shape how it acts. There's some games that are so linear that it's just a movie. That's it, basically. But there's other games that. Go ahead.
Huh? Oh, I said I like single-player games the most. Multiplayer's okay and stuff, I guess. It's just, I prefer the single-player experience, generally. I just like story.
Well, it depends on the single-player game itself.
That too. Like I don't play no one plays Call of Duty for the single-player, I'm assuming. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but people who play Call of Duty probably don't,
in Modern
right?
Warfare, I did play the campaign through first.
Or like Battlefield 3. How about Battlefield 3? No one plays Battlefield 3 for the story, right?
I played the campaign and then I played multiplayer again, but that was mostly because I didn't have a really good connection at that point.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised that Origin let me play it, but whatever.
But like story-driven games like Mass Effect, there's no. I wouldn't watch a Let's Play on Mass Effect necessarily, just because it's the kind of game where it's driven by your choices. But a lot of those kind of games are.
I don't want to go into that whole circle jerk about the ending thing, but.
Mass Effect 3. I haven't even. Yeah. Let's not go there.
Yeah, we're just staying away. But my experiences from Mass Effect, though, I did love the fact that you could actually shape the way that your character developed and everything. It was pretty nice.
There's more games like that now too, which is nice.
The only problem with games like that is it usually takes up a little bit more space because you have to load in more options, more more terrain, more stuff, depending on how in depth they go into those choices.
I guess, but at this point, it shouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, there's certain games that are reaching 30 gigs, etc., etc.
But our hard drives are getting bigger too, so I think it's all right.
Yeah,
right.
but not everyone has
I
the
know.
massive amount of space that everyone needs. But
I guess I look at it my way. I mean, mine's a dedicated gaming rig, and I got a terabyte drive in there, as well as I think it's like a 750 or a 500 gig is my second hard drive. So stuff like that.
I'm thinking about getting my second terabyte here soon, also.
Yeah.
But
I guess
my setup
doesn't have that.
Yeah, my setup right now, I'm running a 120 gig solid state as a boot drive, a terabyte as a data drive, and then a 250 as a secondary solid state for gaming, basically.
I wish I had a solid state.
Yeah, I mean, I love my solid states. I really do.
Yeah.
The boot time is just amazing, but I'm not here to plug solid states.
Wow, we got really off topic on that one, huh?
That's okay. We're still on the gaming topic.
I know.
Are we still? What was the topic we were talking about?
I don't remember.
We were talking about
copyright issues.
Well, we started on TV's video and then went from there, I think.
Yeah, we got a little off topic.
That's okay.
We got the terabyte hard drive.
I'm just gonna make it a little bit more off topic and say, I don't know about you guys, but I do have I'm looking at a link from Reddit and everything, but the thing it says, you've been banned from the server for reason bad language in a game that repeating lines like I'm getting fuck up the ass over here. Stuff like that bugs me. I mean, you're gonna hear it in game. Why are you trying to censor it in the chat?
Oh, you mean like when you're on like a server and someone's like, "Why are you censoring that?" You played a game where they just cuss like nonstop.
Yeah, exactly. Like the admins are proactively banning people for cussing in game. I mean, it's just annoying in my opinion.
Guess you can run your server how you want, but
yeah, it's just those type servers annoy me.
It's just kind of like one of those things.
Okay, let me segue off of that. So, I think there should be video game ratings, but as far as once a child and or adult has capable of connecting to the internet, do you believe that, say, for example, if this video went straight to left and footage after we were done talking, do you think we should warn them that there's about to be a bunch of zombies blowing up and stuff? Or
yeah, probably.
That's your own risk kind of thing. Like, I think it's your own risk. If you're on the internet, well, you're on the internet. So
our YouTube video probably doesn't have a rating. It might. I don't know. I guess you can activate that.
If it does have a rating, it's at least PG-13.
Yeah, it's at least.
You can. But I guess both. I guess I'm wanting the opinions of both. Whether, for example, YouTube videos should have a, warning, graphic content warning, and video games, like if they're a little too strict on their warnings in regards to, like, say, GTA 5 and stuff like that.
And I mean, if you're playing a game with online content, you should just be aware if there's microphones of any kind, it might as well just be a M-rated game, not a movie. It should be probably an M-rated game because you're playing online with a bunch of random assholes, let's face it, and I mean, not to be mean.
I mean, you'll get a few good people in there, but there is a reason that below that rating thing, they say experience may change during online gameplay. So there's a reason for that.
And I mean, you should, when it comes to, like, that kind of stuff, like, you shouldn't be trying to, like, what is the word? Like with children, like, people are always trying to blame kids for that, like like they're trying to blame video games for like their children, like why did you let them buy the M-rated game then? Or
yeah, it's just it just boils down to really bad parenting,
that kind of shit. I don't know.
Right, which that's one of the topics that we haven't got to.
We'll go to that in a minute.
Yeah, but in regards to like the online thing, like I remember when I first got Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat, that was like one of the first few games that I bought, and I at the time I was young, thought that Counter-Strike was a super gory, bloody game, but in reality, it's not, compared to, like, say, Left 4 Dead.
Oh my God, Left 4 Dead.
But I think since I was young, it's not a big deal, and that's another thing. Like, if you shelter your kids and they see something so minor such as a video game that has violent content in it, then they're just bad.
If the games are shaping the way your children act, you got a problem. They shouldn't be learning how to behave in reality in a video game. Let's face it. Although I personally believe, like, people like say there's no you get like points for killing people in GTA 5 or something, but you don't, right? Right? You don't get points for that stuff. You get punished. You get cops and stuff on you.
You get
don't
cops,
want.
yes, but you do get a reward in the fact that usually they drop money.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I'm not trying to oppose your point. I'm just saying.
You're right. You're right. I kind of forgot about that actually.
But other than money, I can't recall of anything other than random weapon drops that.
And I mean stuff like that. But I mean, there's still a punishment for it. You know, like you.
Oh
still
yeah,
get
cops.
points
I mean,
for doing stuff. Like that's.
oh yeah,
the meaning
cops
of
will
it.
definitely get on you.
It's
if
not like a
there's-
lawless game.
Yeah, it's
I don't
not something like the Wild Wild West where you're basically the law itself.
Yeah, I
Which
really
I kind of wish you could do.
we're getting
in a way.
really close to moving to that other topic again, which is funny.
We might just be segueing into it right now, but that's okay.
Yeah. So I guess without okay. Can you blame video games on violent acts that people do? That, like for example, school shootings and stuff like that. Is that really a video game's fault?
No, but people like to blame it, right? And I mean, I'll back my argument up, I guess. I don't see how it could be because, like, I know you're interacting with it. It's the most like interactive medium you can have. Like, I can understand not being able to play movies and books or like music and stuff, but they have in the past, right? And I mean,
Right.
yeah, you can't. Trying to think of.
I mean, I
words.
think the argument is that video games desensitize people against violence, which, honestly, I can
What
see
is
that
the
point,
argument?
But at the same time, you have to be a good parent and realize the maturity of your kid before you let them like consider an M-rated game for them.
Well, yeah, like with children and stuff, but they're blaming video games on a full-on adult, like shooters and stuff, that kind of stuff too. But I don't see how that's the game's fault necessarily.
I think
mean, if
more
someone
that's just a
has-
scapegoat that people use when
it is a
they get in
scapegoat.
caught.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of like
mean-
the some people would claim mentally insane and get out of it that way, but I don't want to go into that too much.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I just honestly think it's just more of a scapegoat that people are using.
yeah. I mean, I've played games my whole life, right? So.
With that being said, usually it's the media that says that, not necessarily the person. Now there are some
Yeah.
cases where the person says it, but which doesn't help our case. But
No,
Well,
it doesn't.
and in most situations, it is the media that says it.
Yeah, and I mean, they're just looking for something to blame or to cause drama or whatever.
They're just looking for views. That's all it is.
Yeah, and I mean that'll pull it in.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like we're touching on a very hot
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say.
lately.
yes, but I don't see how. To me, this doesn't make sense. I'm like, I've never played a game and been like, man, I'm gonna go do that now. You know, I don't go
Right.
play Legend of Zelda and go, I'm gonna go chase people with a sword or break
You're gonna go-
into people's houses and break their pots, stuff like that. And I mean, maybe that's not a fair comparison because it's not like
No,
the
it
most
is.
realistic
It is.
game.
It is. If we're gonna be, if any game,
It's
where-
games in general, right?
Yeah, any
Yeah,
game.
you're living in they
Yeah.
they blame fantasy games. I've seen them blame Mass Effect, which it's in a futuristic space world that doesn't exist. How do you blame?
Oh my
them?
gosh.
Yeah, I just don't get how I don't feel that links to reality in any way. I mean, clearly there's some reality in it because you got to have that experience there for people to enjoy the game. I assume, but you know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't recall the source of this, but I remember a phrase I've heard before. If GTA makes me a violent killer, then Tetris should make me a brilliant architect or engineer of some sort.
Yeah,
Right.
something like that. I mean, it's a game.
I mean, it's just
That's all it is. It's not like it's,
Farmville should make me a successful farmer or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
they're games. They're not this close to reality as people like to think. You know, you play a violent game and it's like they assume it's the real deal. But if you've ever seen like actual death or anything, you know it's far from it. So yeah, I don't know. Like I've been playing that kind of stuff my whole life, and I'm probably the most non-violent person out there. Like yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen you on your bad side yet.
That's even a bad side. Dude, I can barely drive past roadkill without getting upset.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
I don't like dead things. Leave me alone.
Okay.
You
Definitely
know
a lot
what?
different
Okay.
What you might
Definitely a
have
lot
expected.
different than your gaming history.
Yeah, just because I kill stuff in games doesn't mean I kill things in real life. That's not fair.
Oh, it doesn't mean that? Oh.
Oh, oops.
I thought because I shot a deer in GTA, I must do it always. Like, same with people, too, right? I must just be a killer.
Yeah. I mean, that's what GTA makes you.
I guess.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I ran over a raccoon once, and I felt really bad. I drove back and, like, checked on it, and I was really upset the rest of the night.
Wait, you're serious?
Yeah, I don't like killing animals. It freaks me
you don't
out.
want
It
to.
really,
You don't want to mess.
really
You don't
freaks
want to
me
mess with those. Those things will mess you up.
Well, it was dead. I hit it with a car.
Well,
It died. Trust me. I hit it going 40 miles an hour.
Well, then
Didn't
why
live.
did you check on it? Like
Because
I
I
hit a
felt
deer.
bad. You hit a deer? I feel bad.
Well, a deer hit me, actually.
Deer hit you.
Okay, you could explain that.
Alright, this is actually a funny story. So I was driving to school one day at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I drive an Expedition. So those things don't stop for shit. And I saw this deer jump out in front of my car, so I slammed on my brakes. Of course I didn't stop fast enough, and this side of my car clipped the deer's butt. And it pooped all over my bumper and all over my tire. It just ejected all of its innards all the way down the side of my car, all over my tires. Yeah, it was
Definitely PG.
It was hilarious.
That's lovely.
And so it got back up and it ran away, and I went to go check
What?
on the damage.
What?
Yeah, it just
Deer's
ran
gone.
away.
Oh my gosh.
He just took a shit all over my car and then just ran.
Well, you apparently literally scared the poop out of it.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So
Interesting. I can't even. If I went to a slaughterhouse, I'd never eat meat again. But I love meat, so I'm not gonna go to a slaughterhouse. Otherwise, I'd be a vegetarian.
Oh, do you
would,
now?
That would suck.
I'm sorry.
No, shut up. I don't know. I feel so bad. I'm not a violent person. I'm like passive aggressive when I'm angry. So
I see.
I think that's.
I
think
have
that's
been to a, I believe it was a fish factory, but just,
I don't care about
I mean,
fish.
it's the smell is the worst part of it by
Yeah.
far. But I mean,
don't
it
care
didn't
about
bother
fish
me
as
too
much.
much.
I could kill a fish, no problem.
But fish
Oh
are
my
so-
gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. I view fish differently. It's the same way I view
Why
insects,
do I-
I suppose. That's weird. I don't want to kill a normal animal, but I see an insect and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna squish you.
As long as it's a mosquito, I don't care.
Alright, what were we talking about? Violence in video games, right?
Yep.
I think so.
I don't know, I mean, it's
Wow,
pretty...
we are getting off topic.
I'm pretty sure we all stand on the same side here, right? We don't think it causes violence.
I think
Well, I
most
think-
gamers stand on that side. is
Yeah,
the
I mean,
thing,
we're all
though.
gamers here, so I don't think that...
I think Nick thinks it does.
what?
Yeah. Hey, Nick.
See?
Yeah.
He's not even paying attention.
All right. Actually, I agree with you guys. I can't even come up with a devil's advocate statement. It doesn't even exist. It's just so stupid to say that violence is advocated through games. It's just a stupid
Yeah.
point. I mean, I grew up on fucking Doom and Hexen. Does anybody remember Hexen?
Yeah,
I do.
That game was fucking brutal, man.
Nice
I mean, with all
plan.
that witchcraft, that scared the shit out of me, but I'm not out murdering people. I mean,
I don't know. That doesn't make sense at all. But hey, people like to blame stuff. They
Yeah,
used
I just think it's just, again, they're sensitizing it for the viewing, basically, just getting the views for it.
yeah,
Right.
they gotta find something. I mean,
Sensationalized. I can't fucking say the word. You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yes.
Are you trying to say sensationalizing?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know why I can't think of that.
Is that even the right word?
I don't know.
I think so.
borderline.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's stupid. Well, everybody
Yeah, it
always
is
needs someone to blame, and right now the trend is to blame video games.
Well, in the past it was books and movies and whatever else, so
Well,
why not games, right?
Right. In the past, it was rap music, and then it was rock and roll, and then it was.
Dude, I still get hated on
Witchcraft,
for listening to
and
my
it was-
kind of music. You kidding me? I get hated on for listening to metal. That's great.
I listen to metal when I lift.
Yeah, it's good to listen to when you lift.
It is. I quite enjoy it actually.
hmm
Disturbed while lifting is my favorite thing ever. Which is barely metal, but
It's close enough. You
It's
could be
close
listening to some like Suicide Silence or something and just be like going nuts. Just listen to You Only Live Once.
over there.
I don't know, easy.
So that the violence in video games thing kind of goes into another, I guess you could say, hot button topic in life. I mean, I don't know. But, okay, so the whole, I actually lost my thought, but part of the thought was concealed and open carry laws, depending on your state and stuff like that.
I mean,
a lot of people
I
have
think
problems
that's
with
going to
it.
be a little bit more of a difficult topic just because the state laws differ so much.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a real stance on guns because I don't own any, and I don't really care about them as much. It hasn't affected me in my life at all, so I have no like real good stance on it. That's
I
So
what
agree.
have you ever been in person, like, have you ever, like, say, been into a restaurant and somebody had one that wasn't a police officer or security?
No. But not that I
Usually
know
you
of.
can't tell though. They
It's-
made
it's-
these concealed carry holsters so good
Well, I'm not
nowadays.
talking about that. I'm not talking about concealed. I'm
Okay.
talking about open carry.
I've
Oh,
never
open carry.
I think I've seen it once. I saw a guy walking. It was like in a public place, but he was just walking down the road with like a rifle in his hand. I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on? It was weird.
Like, in his hands?
It was like in a bag kind of thing, but he had it. He was just walking down the road with like a gun. I was like, what?
Well,
It's
that
weird.
doesn't
I
mean
don't.
anything. That doesn't mean much.
Yeah, I don't know. And I can't remember the laws in Missouri or whatever, but I think you can have concealed. It's concealed, right? You can do concealed carry.
I think you have to have a
license.
permit.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a license,
license.
but you can do it. It's legal here.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, except in certain places, like schools and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you can't have guns on school property, obviously. But
Is Missouri also like I think it's here in Arkansas, but I don't know if it's just Arkansas, but here in Arkansas they vote based on the like universities and colleges whether they allow concealed carry or not.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of my friends carry weapons and stuff on them, but it's like knives. You know, no one carries a gun on them. But I don't live in a dangerous area either. I don't know. It's not that big out here. Like I don't see it a whole lot. Like no one really has weapons on them. Not that I know of, because it could be concealed. What would I know? There's nothing to
Right.
see. But that I guess it could make a different level of paranoia. But why am I pissing off someone so much that they're gonna pull a gun on me?
Well, a lot of people's arguments are that it's not necessarily that, but people don't know how to use it properly, so they'll just pull them on you because they have them, kind of thing.
I guess. And I mean, it's more of a. I thought it was a self-defense thing. Is the idea you could have it on
That's
you
what
if you were
it's supposed to be.
attacked. But you know, I guess I could see that argument, like where someone would just pull it on you because they disagree with you. But who does that? Then again, I don't know. People are crazy, right? So
Don't forget what planet you live on.
yeah. Let me remember. Where am I? I'm not in like a different universe or something. Am I?
No.
Is this real life?
You might be. You might be.
Maybe I'm in iShoot's universe and
Yep. It's a very scary spot.
we're in the plains of oblivion
I'm
right
gonna move
now.
back.
We are in oblivion right now. It's really great. I bet.
That's the topic. It just came
What?
back to mind. Okay, so without knowing all of the details, because it was something that was reported a while ago, but there was a rape case. I forget where, but there was a rape case, and basically the police kind of pushed it under the carpet, kind of thing, and forgot about it because supposedly the football player that raped the girl.
Ooh,
his
now I know what you're
father-
talking about.
His father was some government figure. Anyway,
It was in like a small
Anonymous-
town, wasn't it?
right, and then Anonymous looked into it. And, Anonymous is anonymous. And didn't get shit
Anonymous.
done. What do you think about that whole situation? As in, like, I mean, it's kind of pathetic that Anonymous has to get involved, but it's good that they did.
What do I think about that situation? The fact that Anonymous got involved, or just the situation in general?
Well, the situation that to the point where I guess that some other third party had to get involved, like.
I mean, it shouldn't be
Okay.
happening. It shouldn't, in this day and age, at least in modern United States, it shouldn't probably be happening.
Well, I mean, like the corruption-wise, like how
Corruption- That's pretty screwed up. I mean, but if you know anything about the government, they tend to do shit like that because they're assholes.
Okay, what do you think about the vigilante justice that they quote unquote call it from anonymous point of view? What do you think of that?
I don't know. Anonymous has the ability to do good here and there. I kind of like what they do sometimes, but there's other times where they're just like, why are you even bothering, guys? You're being weird. But that's just how they are. I think, I mean, they're technically cyber terrorists, I guess. I don't know if that's what you call them or
That's
not.
what they call them, but I don't believe that necessarily.
I don't know. I
I'm
mean,
not believing that.
I think they have the fact that they got involved. If they did, I don't know if they did any good. I kind of hope they did because I don't think it was right what happened. And I mean, someone had to stop it, right? So why not be someone like that? Like I said, they have the ability to do good here and there, but there's other times where they're just not in the right at all.
Yeah. Well, oh gosh, what was I going to say? Oh well, I don't remember.
Side
that's what I
point.
was saying. Go ahead.
We're never playing that stranded shit again.
Why?
Cause all my shit's gone.
It's not gone. I saved it. Don't worry.
Oh, you saved it? Where do I find it?
I'll talk to you in Steam.
Fine then.
Anyways, but yeah, I don't know. That's one of those things. It's kind of it's hard to say. I'd say they're right, but that's just me.
Right.
Anonymous being not the situation.
Well,
that's not a good thing to
supposedly-
happen regardless. It shouldn't be
Well,
happening.
yeah. Supposedly, the result of them getting involved actually got a higher up involved, and the higher up is actually making it a case now instead of
Yeah.
being.
It shouldn't be
Forgot
just
about-
like, yeah. So that's good, I guess. I mean, like I said, I think they have the ability to do good. It's just not always apparent. They don't always do good. It's just one of those kind of groups.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how anyone is, honestly. I mean,
Yeah,
you're gonna
I mean,
have some people that actually are doing good, and then some people that just aren't doing anything. I mean, you're with a group kind of as large as Anonymous. It's, as far as I know, it's decentralized, other than people like asking for support.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just one of those things.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about this stuff, so.
I have a topic, but I'm not sure I want to bring it up until we clear it for the next show, because it's a controversial topic between not only everyone, but between our niche of people as well. So I'm going to save that for later.
Okay, that's fine.
The other one is Linko. Without giving away too much personal information, if you want, what you do music, what want to tell us a little bit about that?
I mean, I pretty much play. I'm working on getting like a band together right now, but right now I'm just playing solo stuff. I play acoustic guitar. It's like emo alternative kind of stuff because it's what I play. And I mean, I'll link the SoundCloud information. I guess I have a SoundCloud, so you can find all my music there. I plan on updating it more when I record some stuff, but there's just a song up there now you can check out. I mean, I've been playing guitar for a little bit now, and I sing and stuff. So, hey, I really like that. So, yeah, just keep your eyes on that. I guess if you're into that kind of music, especially, I'm trying to kind of get off. Take off. I'm trying to get some shows and stuff. Get a nice group of people together.
Do you want to promote maybe your Bandcamp thing?
Bandcamp. Oh, you can check out my old band too. I guess if you're more interested in checking out some of my older music, like with my buddy Andy. But yeah, I mean, you can put that link up there too, just to see some of my older work. I think my newer stuff's get a little bit better quality, just because artistically, especially.
You're gonna have to give me the link and give it to me because I don't know.
Oh yeah, let me grab the. You want to just put it in the description? We'll just put it in the description.
With everything else.
They're annoying links, but they'll be in the description. You can check those out. That really helped me. But yeah, it's really like just a big part of my life, so that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So Nick,
What's up?
you lifted 500 pounds. Is that correct?
Yes, I did. Yeah, buddy.
So did you cheat with roids or?
No, I have never ever.
Does Blank Space even have a freaking Steam? What is he known on Steam as?
What are we talking about?
Blank Space. Nick should know what I'm talking about.
I thought this guy.
I do.
Jimmy was over here in the comments, and he said the guy with the green shirt looks like he's a speedrunner. I watched, and I thought he was talking about like running. So I go, I ran cross country. Well, he's talking about like game speedruns. I'm like, well, I mean,
So,
funny.
how far delayed is the live?
comments?
Roughly 30 seconds.
What about the comments though? They're slow to update, I think.
The comments are supposed to
Yeah.
be live, but since they're 30 seconds behind and seeing what we're saying, they're going to be out of sync with us. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's just how it works. Without explaining too much, it's basically like a security thing kind of thing. So like say if we were actually doing a live broadcast to like 1 million people, if some celebrity had like a stroke or something, they could like figure it out before they see it, kind of thing.
Yeah, we have to kind of react with people behind the scenes. But that's live broadcast for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and there's settings for me too. I can have it 30 seconds, 60 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes. I think is the max.
That's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I like that this group has a wide variety of interests and passions. Nick over here is really into like I can't think of the word for some reason.
Fitness?
What's the word? Fitness. Yeah, thank you.
It's not like
For some reason, my head's going dietetics. Like that's what he's into. But I don't think that's the right word.
He's
But
really
yeah.
into drugs. No.
Drugs. No. Fitness. I mean, that's cool. And I mean, Nick's really into like computer engineering and stuff. I'm into that kind of stuff too, and so is Mega. But I guess we're kind of on the computers, right?
Right. I mean, our middle ground is computers and talking about computers.
But we all have our own
gaming,
passions. Like
but
I'm in
we all-
music,
Right.
So-
Exactly.
and he's in the film. I don't know
He's
if I'm Mega.
I'm
The
in
dude
film
over there.
industry. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Which I'm not going to talk about this episode, but yeah. And no, guys, I'm not.
Do we have another topic? I feel like we have another topic. We've
We
been
do.
like,
We have one left that I wrote down, and I was waiting for Nick to get back, and since he's back, we'll go on that. The topic is Planetside. So, if you guys come up with anything directly about it, otherwise I'm just going to kind of shoot randomly in the dark and see what happens.
I just started playing and I really like it.
Oh, okay. What do you like about it?
It's Planetside and I get to kill things with a gun.
Oh.
Free to play.
It's helping me learn how to shoot a gun in real life.
Oh.
Oh my god.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I like it. Fun game. It's like if Battlefield was massively multiplayer and in space with that kind of stuff.
Unfortunately, no destruction engine.
No,
That's
that'd be
fun.
cool though.
Yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is
you
that
know
a-
more about its development than I do.
Yeah. Let's talk about some development stuff. What's cooking that you know
Is it
about?
just my side, or is Nick's mic, or not mic, but his camera just really messed up now?
Is
This
it?
camera's
What's wrong with it?
fuzzy. It's just pixely.
It's frozen. It's frozen for me.
It's not frozen. It's just
Is
a
it
little bit
really?
slower.
It's really
a little
pixely for me, and it's
Yeah.
like you've got red. There it goes.
There it goes. Were you
Is it
messing with the
fixed?
bandwidth? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't missing shit.
Okay, I'm just.
I don't know.
No, not, we're talking about your bandwidth because you can directly control your bandwidth. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
you can actually control your bandwidth to get quality and stuff on this thing. Like mine's set to HD right now.
No. Yeah, I have it default. If that's a thing.
Okay, so as far as development goes, I'm not Sony, and I'm not speaking on behalf of Sony,
hmm
but this is what I remember to be common knowledge, whether it's through Reddit or their site directly. So right now they're working on optimization for the most part. At least the majority of the team is working on game optimization. And not to get super in detail with it, but part of the optimization, for example, is like your health bar and your ammo and all that stuff that's on your screen.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, each one of those little ticks in your health bar is a separate entity, which you can imagine is harder on the engine.
Why is it running that way? That's really weird.
Yeah,
That's
they
just
did it
how
that
they
way.
did it.
And then they realized that wasn't a good idea, so they're changing that. So it's gonna. They said it'll increase FPS by a slight amount, but that's just that. That's
Every-
not
Every
once
matter
they,
counts, man.
Right, but once they do all of the optimizations, they said you should see a good increase. They also just recently posted that they're working on putting out the test realm patch that increases. This is what making me all excited. Is supposedly the next patch on the test realm is going to be for multi-core CPUs and AMD products. So
me.
so basically almost everyone,
Yeah.
especially multi-core people like myself, which is
Like I have a
8
multi-core.
cores.
I have a quad core, and I mean, you have 8 cores though. I didn't know you had 8 cores.
Yes.
Jeez.
8 physical cores.
Damn.
And see, and that's another thing. We'll get to that in a second. But then they're also redoing some of the maps. Like they're, for example, this is another thing that I guess maybe they just didn't realize what they were doing. But see, as a mapper of the Source engine, I would have done this to begin with, but they didn't. And what they did is, sorry, I'm all tangled up here. What the fuck?
It's like wrapped in a wire. I can't move right now, but I'm talking.
So, like every little ammo box and crate and tree and stuff like that is their own entity, basically just with, for lack of a better word, copy pasted all over the map, right? So, and like those walkways we walk on that are metal and they're like a blackish color. Well, each one of those is like about this big, and it's just a bunch of them stacked on each other instead of one big entity.
They're not very good at optimizing, are they?
Right. So they realize this is a dumb idea, and they're making those pieces larger single pieces instead of multiple pieces. Which in turn, if you think about it, with all of those pieces changed throughout the entire map, you're going to see a huge increase because there's less entities that the game has to figure out and display and all that jazz.
Let's make the users' systems run as much as possible. Process everything.
Well, I'm sure that wasn't their goal.
I know. It's weird. It's just weird. Like, why would they do it that way? You'd think that a team that big would know how to optimize a game properly.
Well,
launch. I'm just
yes
and no. I go, yeah. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Maybe they just weren't sure what to expect, and it's kind of it's a game where you can kind of get away with that kind of stuff too, the way it's set up.
Right, and then they also directly but indirectly said that Hassan and the Battle Islands will be out very soon as well. And to cover what those are, Hassan is from the old game as usual, except in the newer version form of it in PlanetSide 2, and it is a swamp, close quarters combat. If you're claustrophobic, you will hate this map.
I like close quarter combat because I suck with ranged weaponry.
Except it's close quarters outdoor combat, which doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but it's designed in a specific way where
it's a swamp, right? So I mean everything's
right. The bases and the rocks and the trees are so tight knit that that's what creates that.
The pathways and stuff will kind of. I mean, I can see what they're. Yeah. So they're doing that.
This is going to be the NC Max's dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
There's also, before I forget this one, because this one's more major, I'll write it out. The second thing is the Battle Islands, and the Battle Islands are supposedly going to be a thing, and I don't know how it's going to work. I'm assuming it's outfit versus outfit thing. You have to like sign up or something. But
free for all
basically,
PvP.
It'll be.
Oh.
No, the Battle Islands it'll be 2 factions, so you can't have all 3 on the map at the same time. And I don't know how many instances of it there's going to be. But basically, the Battle Islands is strictly because they're trying to get into the MLG / professional gaming thing. So what they're going to do is have like outfits / partial empires fighting each other on one semi-small map for.
They'll basically have massive outfits of people that count as like a big clan. They'll have MLG kind of deals, but
exactly.
I mean, it's such a big game that you can get away with that. But it'll basically be massive outfits. Like our outfit wouldn't get into it probably, but if you can, maybe someday. No.
And then the other thing is, which I'm super excited about, is they're adding 2 things. They're adding new weapons and stuff too, and I don't know what patch that'll be, but new weapons and stuff for aircraft vehicles, so we'll have more weapons than we do now because we don't have barely any.
Okay.
So new weapons for that. And then most excited is the new Recon update that I don't know when that's coming out either. But they're adding a bunch of stuff for the Recon, but the most important to me is the Recon drone. And the Recon drone is basically just like the Battlefield 3 annoying-ass little buzzy thing that flies up in the air, except it's not annoying and buzzy, and it's actually really small and hard to hit. It's got the same health as a player, which is 1,000 hit points, believe it or not. Players have 1,000 hit points, so it's got the same health as the player.
Yeah.
and they're semi-thin, like sleek devices that fly. The good thing is they're not like the Battlefield one where you have to keep pressing space to keep it in that spot.
Right.
It'll just hover. It'll sit. So the reason why I'm excited about it is you can get it up way up high, depending on what its range is, of course, and take some really badass footage, like in-game footage with it.
I got you. I was like, where's he going with this?
Right, and there's different modes. There's the normal mode, which is what you normally see, and then there's infrared mode and night vision mode. So
Cool.
you can get some really cool cinematic stuff on with it. So hopefully there's some decent range that you can use it.
For a second there, I thought you were really excited about spotting enemies easier.
Well,
I can spot enemies. It's awesome.
well, yeah, that too, but
Well, that'll sure as hell be a lot harder for you to maintain a Sunday nowadays. Because as soon as that thing gets spotted, people are gonna priority it.
Well, with that being said, they'll be semi-easy to shoot down. Yes, they're harder to hit because they're smaller, but you also got to think they only have the health of a player. So, if you have 3 people shooting at it, it's going to die pretty quick.
Also depends on how fast it goes.
Right, and who knows what other things can counter it. Maybe there'll be an update for the Sunny that has like an EMP shield that keeps it from so far away, or something. Who knows? So who knows what the counters will be to it. That's the gist of it as far as updates go, as far as I'm aware. We pretty much have nothing left on our papers here. So,
yeah, I'm messing around with some stuff now, like backgrounds. Like, look, I'm in an ice place apparently. It's not doing a very good job though.
Wow. Well, first of all, you're wearing a green shirt. So
so it's like, hey, everything's good. I'm part of
Venice.
Venice.
Anything else before we say goodnight to our viewers? You can think of?
I love all of you.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Huh?
Is there anything else?
Not that I can think of.
I'm just trying to get this background to look right. It's not doing a very good job though. There you go.
Very interesting mic pattern you have back over there.
Wow, my microphone's on mute. Fuck me.
Wow. So,
Okay.
how much did you not participate in?
A lot.
Since I got up and went to the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All I said was, if anybody has any further questions about any of the topics we covered, they can find us at aouclan.com and ogclan.org, and they can find us on Steam, etc., through those websites.
Also, I'm a dog.
Yes, you're a pulsating dog at that. All right, so I think that's everything. So thank you for watching AOU Podcast number 3. We'll be doing another one in the near future. Can't give you an exact time frame, but probably within the next 3 weeks, I would imagine. Thanks for watching.
Don't quote him on that.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys around.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.